everybody. Welcome to the show. I'd like to thank you for joining me today at the Watch Hangout. Let's get this show started. And before we get going, let's get a wristwatch check from everybody. What are we wearing today? What is on the wrist? All right. It's time for the greatest show on earth. It's Friday night. We're ready to party. We got the Yiddish Gambino Esquire in the house. We got the Cap in the house. Legendary crew here. We got the link pinned if anyone wants to come hang out with us. Welcome to the damn show. Gentlemen, as we always do, let's start. What is on the wrist? Yiddish Gambino, you're up first. Hit us.
Today I am wearing my Martin Design Supernatural. This is the purpley blue dial regulator watch.
Very nice.
I've heard that it's become a very popular watch amongst the Hangout crew.
Group icon. I actually just picked up the what is that, mint green one or Tiffany blue one, however you want to call it. We'll get into that in a minute, but let's see what is on the Cap's wrist first. Cap, what are we wearing? I see a root beer. It is a root beer.
It is a root beer, yes. The tried and true GMT Master 2 in terrible lighting.
Confirmation of root beer.
This is absolutely absurd.
It's all right, Cap. We all know what it looks like.
I lost my camera. I don't know what's going on here.
Speaking of losing cameras, it's Cartoon JJ today. Studio is in disarray. Everything is in disarray. I'm streaming from a little corner of the earth that's very messy, and so you get Cartoon JJ today. Let's roll through the chat. Where has everyone been? It seems like the watch streams are tanking, guys. Tanking. Let's see what's going on. Speaking of tanking, I saw another show had like 60 viewers. Poof. Terrible. We got AB in the house. Good to see AB. Got my man Jay Giddy in the house. Let's see. We got member of the crew, Basil's Bezels, pointing out that I am a few minutes late. Thank you, Basil's. Appreciate that. We got my man Jimmy. Jimmy says, another one bites the dust. Hodinkee. Will they now spruik watches for WAS and lose journalistic perspective? We are going to get into that and much more. I'm curious to see what you guys think about that topic. But let's see who else is in the chat before we get there. We got AB says, was at the Omega Boutique today. Saw the new Speedy. Very nice, but can wait to buy it. Yes, I'm going to pull that up as well. I do like the new Speedy. I like that blue-gray dial. I don't like the coffee patina, though. I think they should have went with a cream patina. I think that would have been really nice, but we could talk about that in a bit. We got our man Tariq in the house. Got Art Vandelay hanging with us. Hello, Space G95. Hello, Maynard. Good to see Maynard in the house. And that's it. We are caught up. Oh, Thomas Broadbent. We have Thomas as well. All right. So where do we want to start, guys? What do we want to start? There's so much to talk about. There's so much news. Do we want to talk about the new first? I keep calling it the Fios. I feel like Verizon Fios, you know?
You just messed me up with that. I was like, where's he going with that? Yeah. I get it.
Do we want to talk about the Fios? Do we want to talk about
the Fois?
The Fois. Yeah, that's right.
First,
yeah, that's right. It's not the first in Omega space. It's all right. Gotcha. Do we want to talk about that, or do we want to talk about Hodinkee? What do we want to talk about?
I vote Omega to start with.
All right.
So much to talk about with Hodinkee.
Let's talk about before we do that. I'm going to segue because when you said something about creamy, you like it creamy. So immediately I started thinking of Pulp Fiction.
I like it creamy, but okay.
All right, it's all recorded. It's all recorded.
Were we talking about Pulp Fiction? Which part of Pulp Fiction is this?
Cap is muted now.
Captain Mute.
Now I'm having audio. This has gone sideways. It's gone pear-shaped. I'm thinking about Pulp Fiction, the scene with Mr. Wolf and Quentin Tarantino's character is like, how do you like your coffee? And he goes, lots of milk, lots of sugar.
watch it. I haven't seen that in a while.
Nothing to do with the watch, but I had to say it. Anyhow, go ahead. Whatever you guys want to start with.
All right. Well, let's start off here first. All right. Let me navigate this chat a little bit. We got Maynard says, I'd like to give a shout out to Marco, our friend Marco. And not only is he a friend of the show, but Marco and Berdines are proud sponsors of the show. So let's give them a little love. Make sure you guys are subscribing. I hate this thing. Well, I don't know why it keeps doing this, but a lot of things go wrong. Make sure you check out Watch Marco. I have to fight it every time like this. How about if I do this? No, that won't work. I don't know why it doesn't want me to promote Marco's gram. But anyway, you can check out Berdines, proud sponsors of the show. We do appreciate them. I'm glad, Maynard, you had a good service. Super service. Recommended. Yeah, I agree. I've done plenty of deals with Marco. He's rocking and rolling over there at Berdines. We do appreciate him. Speaking of sponsors, guys, you know I got to do it. Where is it? I don't know. I messed up. I don't know. It's gone.
Somewhere, it's somewhere behind your Pornhub.
There we go. Behind the Glistening Trunks MP4. We have the Friday night brick and mortar Fuente exclusive. Make sure you check out our other sponsor of the show, Steve over at Leaf Cigars. We do appreciate Steve and Marco and Berdines for sponsoring these shows. If we had to survive off you guys' super chats, we'd be packing it in, guys, because you guys are very stingy lately.
Time to go home. Yes. Minimum wage would be an upgrade at this point.
Yes. I'm going to be flipping burgers soon. Link is dropped in the chat if you want a hell of a deal. These are retailing at $120. You got coupon code BRICK20 with a $sign right on click the website. You'll see it. You get 3 Fuente Rosados, 3 Casa Cuba, and 1 Casa Fuente for $100. Tax included. Shipped. Don't mess around. Check out Steve. He supports the show, so we got to support him. Do appreciate it.
Yes.
All right. We got all our sponsors lined up. Very nice. But you know what we got to do, Cap. You know what we got to do when we have our sponsors, right? We have to give a little run here for Steve. I like when he makes these videos. Have you been watching it? Yeah.
I have. I like his videos. Steve's awesome. And I got to tell you, hearing about this Casa Cuba, which we'll hear about in a second, I'm very tempted to stock him in the Wanador.
There you go.
Pull the humidor.
All right, here we go.
It must be Friday. What's up, JJ? Hope everybody's good. Hope the captain is in the audience tonight and all the regulars, Duco, all the regular guys. This is Steve from Leaf Cigars of Bayville, a.k.a. WhiteGloveCigars.com. Today, Friday night, 9:45, 9:50 p.m., Watch Hangout. We have what you call here a brick and mortar exclusive, which means these cigars are not typically sold online by Arturo Fuente. They're for smoke shops and cigar shops. They don't sell these to the online companies, okay? So you're going to get 3 Fuente Rosados, which is a spicy risotto wrapper. It's got a black pepper spice, very rich, very nice, okay? In the middle, you're going to get Fuente's Casa Cuba, which is another zesty, medium to full-bodied smoke. Very nice smoke. That cigar actually reminds me very much of a Cuban. Very, very, very tasty. And last but not least, you're going to get a Casa Cuba,
Casa Fuente,
which is an exclusive cigar made for the Little Caesars Casa Fuente shop in Las Vegas.
Pizza.
They ship to retailers one time. I have a couple left, and I'm passing them along to you guys. It's a special cigar. Retail price on this pack is $119.99. It's yours for Watch Hangout. Coupon code will be listed, $99.99. So basically $100, guys. All right. Wristwatch check. Wearing a PAM 170, an old vintage piece. Hope everybody's good. Leaf Cigars of Bayville, White Glove Cigars. You guys have a great stream, and thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
It's a deal. It's a steal. Fuck it, Nick. I think I'll keep it myself. What movie is that? Anybody?
No
Lock
clue.
Stock?
I have no idea. No idea.
I think it's either Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels or a very similar movie. Ted, what's the other one that's very similar to that? When he's trying to sell him the stereo system.
The stereo
deal.
system.
It's a steal. I love that.
It's not Crazy Eddie.
No.
His prices are as insane as Steve at Leaf Cigars. White glove cigars.
He should start doing like Crazy
White
Eddie
glove
style.
cigars.
Awesome.
He should. He should.
What
a presentation, man! And I love that little fire. The fire.
Yeah, good stuff.
Bit.
All right, so we got our first
a lot of time on those packs, though, just to add a little bit of color to it. Steve curates it and prices it to sell. It's priced to sell.
Yeah, he hooks it up for the boys. That's for sure. That is for sure. It is Lock, Stock. Okay, good. Great scene. All right, we got Chielski, 2 pounds. Thank you, Chielski. He says, for the race, Ollie, come back. Yeah, that would be great.
Come back.
Ollie back. It would be
come
great.
Back.
So Julius Caesar says, JJ, you're referring to the light cream faux patina like on the Seamaster 300 Heritage. Yes, I like our friend Anthony in the chat, a creamy loom. I like a creamy loom, not a coffee loom. Creamy loom. We got
lots of milk, lots of sugar.
Golden Bobber in the house. Golden Bobber, trunks up, boys.
Trunks up.
That's right, glistening trunks, baby.
Sun's out.
And we got another super chat. Speaking of
Bobber.
Ali, here he is right here. Ali Reza, $10.09. He says, I'm tipping over tired, wanted to send my love. Steve just hooked me up with a pack, including a Casa Cuba. It was shockingly good for relatively unknown in the Fuente line. Buy now. Send money now. Show sponsor. I'm in a really weird mood today. I don't know if I'm in the mood to be a complete dick or if I'm in the mood to be nice. You guys are going to have to swing me in one direction or the other.
That's a fine line. You're walking a fine line.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've got the right two people to steer you towards the light. Sir.
Yeah, you're gonna steer me right off.
We'll go in whatever direction this leads.
All right, so here's the new first Omega in space. Thoughts, gentlemen. Thoughts. What do we think?
You want to go first? I'll go first, and then you can clean up the mess that I make. What do I think? Okay, aesthetically, I like it. Aesthetically, I like it. I think the loom could be, like you said, a little bit less creamy or maybe more creamy, but just less coffee, less dark. This faux patina concept, and I understand why they did it, right? This is a second reimagined for the first Omega in space. Forgot the astronaut who wore it. And I guess it was his personal watch, and he went into space with it. When NASA, I think, or it was, they knew that he wore that watch, and then I guess they tested it for the Ed White 321 mission. So aesthetically, I like it a lot. I like the flat link bracelet. I like the lugs. It doesn't have those twisted lugs. I think it looks more like a straightish.
They're called lyre lugs.
Lyre lugs.
The lyre lugs are what the standard moon watch has.
Yeah, the lyre twisted. So I kind of like this aesthetic. It has the 3861 movement. I'm not a huge fan of. The hands are okay. The hands are nice.
Alpha hands, alpha hands.
Alpha, beta. At least they're not beta, right?
Wait a minute.
We got the alpha hands, and they did the bluish gray dial, and with a little bit of research, I believe at that time during the original launch, if you will, of the mission where this went up in space, they had a bluish gray dial, because I was questioning whether or not they just made that for this release, or whether it had any tie to, kind of the watches that they were selling at the time. There it is.
Yep, from 65.
Does not have the 3-2 movement that watch has. So that's been a knock or criticism that I've heard about that. But, correspondingly, the price is, I believe, a bit lower than the Sapphire Sandwich, and maybe a little bit higher than the Hesalite version. It's got a closed case back with an inscription on it. But I think it's a pretty watch aesthetically. The question is the first Omega in space, is that meaningful at all to anyone from a historical perspective, especially without the 3-2-1 movement?
some good points here, Cap. I think people are going to really like the smaller size. To me, this very much reminds me of the new Ed White 321s, obviously minus the movement. I think it was cool to do a little throwback to the blue gray case just to give it a little twist. Again, like the 321, I don't know why they have to insist on the 19 mil bracelet, but I guess they want to stay true to size. I had the 321. That was one thing that irked me about it. I wish they would have kept it 20 mil. I don't think it's a huge difference. Let's hear what Yiddish Gambino has to say before I continue on.
So a lot of the same things that Cap was just mentioning. I know that the blue-gray dial was actually part of a Omega prototype, so it was never actually in a production watch. After this stream is over, I would encourage everybody to go find ID Guy's website or ID Guy's YouTube page. He had a great video review of this piece. I think it's fantastic. My take on it is other than the size, because I like my 42 millimeter moon watch given my wrist size. Other than the size, I think that this is aesthetically perfect. I happen to really like faux patina. I'm not one of those people that's anti creamy loom. So love the fact that they did the old style Omega applied logo on it. I think that's great. I really like I love the alpha hands. I think that the bezel, I don't know. I think it's an aluminum bezel. It's not. It doesn't look like it's a ceramic insert.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And
it is.
So I think that you've got that. You've got dot over 90. It's got all of the things from a heritage standpoint that people are going to want. The flat link bracelet. I would have never gone and gotten the Ed White. I have no interest in spending that kind of money on the 321. It doesn't, while the movement is historic, I don't have any particular attraction to it. I really like the 3861 movement, just like I like the 1861 movement. So putting it in here with closed case back with just the engraved case back rather than all of the detail and whatnot, I think it's a fantastic watch. Price is great for what you're getting. It's $7,900 on the bracelet, $7,500 on the strap. So don't buy it on the strap, buy it on the bracelet.
Right. How long before this is under 5,000? This watch, 6 months.
Hold on one second. I'll tell you in a minute.
The only thing I really wish they made it 20 mil, just for the ease of, because this could be a strap monster. Why does it need to be 19? It just irks me. It would have been cool if it was ceramic, but I totally get you want the vintage appeal. So I'm more than happy with the aluminum. My really only critique is I just wish the patina. I like the patina. I just wish it was a little lighter, a little more creamy, a little less coffee. Flat link bracelet is excellent. I just wish it was 20 mil.
I love
other than that, I think this is a cool watch.
Yeah. And the dished subdot or the dish dial is really great. The fact that it's sunken registers, the whole thing.
I like the applied logo like they did in the 321 as well. That is a good touch. Definitely a nice vintage aesthetic,
Yeah, and they also did a domed sapphire crystal on this watch, I think, to try to mimic the look of Hesalite. So there's a little bit of a dome on it. I think it might be a little bit. The width is a little bit less than the sapphire, and I think that's due to the closed case back. Not 100% on that. Okay,
yeah, I think it's good. I think it's under 14 mil thick. I love that they did. Yeah, that they did the dome sapphire. One of the criticisms I have of the last one, of the Ed White, and also the basic first Omega in space, is that, or the first generation of the FOIS, is that you did a box sapphire, so you get that milky kind of
the milky ring.
Yeah, the milky ring. I just think aesthetically it's uglier. This one is really perfect. If it was a 42, I'd be, no pun intended, over the moon with it. And I'd be hunting it down on for 30% off in about 3 months. But honestly, I may wind up going and buying this at retail.
It's a really nice watch, and in terms of the size, right? It's the 321 is it's 30. Is it 39.7 or 38.7? 30.
I think it's 39.7. I think it's pretty much the exact same size as this.
Yeah, both of them are the same size, right? So for us, with the larger wrists, I think the 42, but lug to lug, this might actually be even, 48 versus maybe a tad smaller on the 3861s, the moon watch. But I hear what you're saying, because the face is, the actual watch itself is going to have a smaller, less wrist presence, if you will, on a larger wrist. So it's really, really interesting. What does this do? I think it's a great addition to the lineup, and it's great for the consumer that goes into the boutique and is looking for a Speedmaster. Now they're spoiled for choice, putting the 321 aside, right? Because nobody can get, that's on its own registry, etc.
Which is only a matter of time before that's on the retail anyway. It's teetering on.
This might be the breaking point, JJ, because unless you really want that 321 movement, you get a lot of what that has.
Right. See, I like the Lyre lugs though. I wish they did a 40 mil size with the Lyre lugs.
Okay.
39.7. It just, you know what it is? I had the 321, and it's the dial and the bezel. I shouldn't say that. The case kind of makes it look bulbous because of the thin lugs. I don't know why. It just doesn't have that like nice squat stance to it that the Speedy Professional has. It just has a little bit of a beefier look. I don't know, but I guess it fits the vintage aesthetic, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
and I love again, the flat link bracelet is really what just sort of finishes off this in the aesthetic in just a really perfect way. Bracelets have always or have traditionally been Omega's weak point, whether it's the Seamaster bracelet, which I'm not a fan of, the previous gen Speedmaster, the 1861, the bracelet was fine. Even the new one on the 3861, it's a lot better and tapered. I think the Speedmasters just look great with a flat link bracelet, and this just finishes the look. And again, I happen to really love the hippocampus. Is that what it is on the back?
Yeah. Yep. Hippocampus.
Now, why do you like the closed case back?
Yes.
Why? Because it's thinner, or because I like the 3861 movement. I think it's an interesting.
It's a beautiful movement, and you have the coaxial escapement, so you get all the benefits of a modern Speedmaster. I just think that it's historically, and I'll tell you, I have an 1861, and I put a Hesselite, and I put the open case back onto it.
Right.
The one that Duco was shruken from eBay. I bought one of those and put it on there. It was fantastic. But this one, for whatever reason, I get the closed case back. I like the engraving. It just feels much more historically accurate to me. And it's got just this perfect vintage vibe. I mean, I've looked at trying to go find like a 1970, my birth year. I've looked to find a 1974 Speedmaster Moon watch. And, the ones that I find are either absolute garbage condition, or have been completely frankened at this point between service hands and service dials and wrong bracelet and everything else. This just gives me, all the feels. And I really like that the second hand, the running seconds, is an alpha style hand also, instead of just the stick hands like on the chronographs.
Yeah, so they made it different then on the running seconds. They matched it with the alpha. Yeah, that's a cool touch. And so let me just add to that as well. If you found like a really good example of the 74, or if you even go back, to 70 or 60, when it was at 68 or so, those watches could be like in the $55,000 range. I thought. I think someone told me that, like, for a real minty example of an actual 321, movements, period specific Speedmaster, you know, you're talking about a lot of money. You know, and I guess in terms of history, so it's interesting because I've heard the narrative of, you know, this really is meaningless or has no historical relevance because it wasn't the first, you know, watch in space. It was the first Omega, and I don't know what the first watch in space was. I think it may have been worn by a cosmonaut, but I don't know that history. But this watch was the link to Omega becoming the moon watch, becoming what it is, right? And it was in space by by the first U.S. astronaut, you know, wearing it in space, that became the Ed White.
So, Nate, you think you would buy this at retail? This is what I'm getting at here, because I don't think they're giving discounts on this. Maybe not right away, maybe later on, but not right away.
Look, it's selling.
I feel like I'd wait.
Selling for, well, you know what? That's and I probably will too. But you know, there are certain watches that are at a certain price point, and if you have a relationship with an AD, and you know what am I going to get this for in a year? $1,000 less, $800 less. You know,
well, in the gray market, you could get it.
Yeah, I have a feeling this one will hold nicely, just like the white dial has. Yeah, it's going to be less, but you know, just like my IWC that I just got a small discount on from the AD, this is at a price point to start with where I'm like, okay, I could see buying it, just straight out.
Right, I gotcha.
And again, you know what? For me, the old style Omega logo is just like the icing on this one. I really like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so here's, in terms of the pricing and everything else, what I would say is let's take away, and I know it's impossible to do, but all of the historical relevance of the Speedmaster and just look at it as a watch itself. And so you have to compare it to, let's say, just aesthetically, and take all the rest of it away. And you look at that watch and you look at, let's say, the glass box from Tag. I think, you know, a lot of people aesthetically would pick this watch, and that watch is a pretty expensive watch as well. I think it's $7,000 or even higher. So as like a watch itself, forgetting everything else, it's a beautifully done chronograph.
Yes, I agree with that. Now we got your friend Mikey in the house with a nice, very generous $5 super chat. Right now we got Chielski and Mikey in the race. You guys, the odds are good tonight. The odds are good. Thank you very much. He says, good to see everyone. Good to see you, Mikey. Hope all is well. And we have Steve himself in the house. There he is, everyone. He says, guys, have a great chat, and thank you. Steve's link is pinned, guys, if you want an awesome cigar deal tonight, the Friday night brick and mortar exclusive. Make sure you check out our man, Steve. The coupon code is in the description. You get this for less than $100. You get 7 cigars, lucky 7. You get 3 Fuente Rosados, 3 Casa Cubas, and 1 Casa Fuente. So don't mess around, guys. Don't mess around. All right.
It's around $13 a cigar, and those are really, really good cigars.
Yeah. Man, I'm just thinking, going down the patina rabbit hole, I would like to get the Black Bay 58 back. The blue dial. Get that with this.
No, you don't.
Get that. Well, what do you mean? You have this, a nice diver. You have this as your nice vintage chrono. You get a nice little something going. What do you think about my idea, the chrono idea, Nate? I want to know, what do you think? I need your advice. Do you think I should stay with the black dial? Marco keeps telling me stay with the black dial. It's a better watch.
As compared to the white dial?
The newer, no, I'm talking about the Daytona. The Daytona.
Oh,
remember the deal I was telling you about before?
Yeah. You know, again, I'm not a Daytona guy, especially the steel ones. Right. I happen to be a fan of the black. The Daytona wears small for me. The same size concern that I have with the first Omega in space. They're both, you know, under 40 millimeter chronographs. They both have the bezel, which makes the dial feel smaller. The Speedmaster will wear a little bigger because the dial is, or the bezel is thinner. So I'm a big fan of if you're going to get a steel Daytona, I happen to be a big fan of the all black. because I think that it wears larger, more
Well, I'm talking
unified.
about gold oyster flex.
Oh, you absolutely should be doing that swap.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's cool.
What the hell does Marco know about watches?
Not much.
He's just
Not
a
much.
kid.
Yeah, he's just a kid with
you know.
a fake mustache.
With a fake
We got a
mustache.
$2 super chat from Robert Wood. He says the winner has arrived. Good evening, gents. Good evening, Robert. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. And we got a member chat from REG, member for 37 months since the beginning of time. He says, may not be able to hop on tonight. Please don't talk about Zenith without me.
Hey, don't worry about it. We weren't going to.
Yep, that's right.
But you know, I do have to say, I'm looking right now. We have 72 viewers and only 23 upvotes. Definitely try to get to 50 upvotes tonight. I have a new watch that arrived because you know it's a day that ends in the letters DAY. So I have a brand new watch that arrived that I'm not going to unbox because the box hasn't made it here yet. But I have been wearing the hell out of this for the last couple days.
Whoops. Accident. I don't know how that happened.
So if we can get to 50 likes, I will show a brand new heavy hitter watch that's pretty badass.
Oh shit! You heard it here first, folks. If you want to see an unboxing, let's get to 50. We got 70 plus watching, and here's Mike the Snake to tell you what to do.
Hey everybody! It's time to upvote. Woo! Look, I can even do it. Watch. There. It was that easy. All I needed to do is to upvote. That's all you need to do. It doesn't even take a wiggle of your finger or even just a wiggle of one of my teeth here to upvote. Just do it.
There we go. Just do it, baby.
Who is that guy? Is that guy that I always hear mumbling on Archie's stream?
Yes, it is Mike the Snake. He hasn't been around, Mike the Snake. He was coming on for a bit, but he got in trouble. I think he got in trouble hanging with us. By the way, guys, we are going to do the monthly race for last month. I didn't do that yet, so we're definitely going to do that in just a minute. Let's see here. Do we have any?
Oh wait, that means the cap is going to be in a monthly race.
Yeah, that is true.
Breaking news. That could break the internet.
Yeah.
Imagine I take that one home and have a chance for the annual.
That would be
How crazy would that be? And I got another win, I think, too. I was somebody graciously put me in on the. I think I did. I'm not sure.
Tuesday night, I think you won.
Yes.
Did you?
On the, I think it was.
I think so too.
Tuesday.
I know. I thought I had a second. Oh, maybe someone edged me out at the end. I don't know. No, I think I won. I think I did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Isn't that porn terminology? Edged you out?
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I don't know either. I'm not sure. I don't know what that means. I'm just typing in the names right now for last month, and I do see Cap's name in there. He is a winner. He is a winner.
6.
I got one. I thought I had. Do I have 2?
I think that your second one was no wait. Yeah, you've got 2.
Yeah, you do got 2.
Tuesday night was the 30th.
One's
double my chances.
You and
winner,
Bill
winner,
D,
chicken dinner.
You and Bill D won twice last month. All right.
AB's got me. Cap won 2. Look at these guys. They all know Tariq.
Yeah.
AB. Hey, Tariq. Are you going to Watch Time New York? It's Tariq, right? No. Or that was who was there last year? Well, a lot of folks, but Kesslowitz was there. And there was one other guy that well, there was a lot of people, but was it Tariq? It was somebody else. I'm thinking of
a lot of people going. All right, let's get this race going here, and then we'll talk all about Watch Time New York because I'm excited for that.
What are we racing?
We're racing spiders.
How many do we have in the field, JJ? Let's check out the
10,
odds.
10. We got 10 shows last month. That's right, Spider. Dance that drink over here. You ready? We're gonna do a nice race.
Holy
We
shit.
got 2 Bill D's, we got 2 captains, and we got a bunch of other people. Let's see who will win the monthly prize.
Run the race, JJ. Run the race.
Pull it up. I gotta lower the music. You know, I can't take this annoying music. Okay. And here we go. Oh, Shuffle once for good luck. And they're off. All right, here goes a bunch of neon-looking spiders running leg and leg. You got Bill D taking a small lead. Robert Wood hopping along. And here comes Captain. Oh, nope. He's sinking towards the back. Bill D's holding that lead. Him and Robert in the lead, neck and neck. Shot in the dark trying to make a move. Him and Uncle Mikey are duking it out for third. Who will win? 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh,
Could happen.
Oh, Cap on the bottom is running and drifting. Who knows? When the 10-second mark comes, you know, you always get a little boost. Van Lux looks like he's taking the lead. Here comes Van Lux. And Phoenician Cedars turning on the gas. Phoenician Cedar takes it.
Ah.
Congratulations to Phoenician Cedar. Now, let's see. We're going to remove the winner, and we're going to race again just in case I don't hear from Phoenician Cedar. We're going to give it one more try. And we're off. Here comes race number 2 for backup. I like to do the backups for the monthly now. This is a new thing. I do a backup for the monthly, so I don't have to do it again. We got 9 contestants in it. Cap, you're 2 out of 9.
All right.
It's almost 1 in 4, Cap.
Yeah, I got a shot. I know.
I'm
Here we
sorry,
go.
I didn't realize there would be math involved.
Yes. Let's
Look,
see.
you got to hang back, man. I want the 2 captains to just lay back, stalk a little bit,
And the cut until 10 and then take off.
Got to start making the move by like
Look at
7.
this. Cap,
See?
you
Here
might
comes
be onto
Captain.
something. You might be onto something.
There he
Look
goes.
at this.
Oh, well, here comes Bill Gates.
Yes.
You're the second, the first backup.
First alternate.
First.
Now we got
alternate.
to make sure Phoenician Cedar doesn't see this or respond.
Yes. Phoenician Cedar. Shoot us a message over on Instagram, Watch Hangout, WhatsApp, or you can email watchhangout@gmail.com, and you will be mailed a prize. You will be
And
mailed
if he
a prize.
doesn't, Captain, as part of the fake elector scheme, will be the backup winner.
There we go.
It's rigged. It's
So
rigged.
rigged.
We're going to have to silence Phoenician Cedar. By the way, how long does he have to claim his prize?
20
Is
minutes.
there a time? Is there a time limit? Starting
about 10
now.
No,
Let me
he's got a
set
little
the
bit of
bezel.
time. How many are we doing on upvotes? Are we ready for an unboxing? Did we hit 50 upvotes?
Not yet. These stingy fuckers. We're only at 33.
Man, guys don't want to. They don't want to.
Come on, guys.
They don't want to super chat. They just want to sit around and be entertained all day with zero participation.
They're spoiled, man. That's what it is. They're spoiled.
Super chat.
Man,
Get them in now, guys. Don't wait until like race time and do that stuff at the last minute like I do.
Yeah.
Super
Ask
chat
some
now.
questions. Ask some questions. We want some questions from you guys. We got Big George with a $2 super chat. He says, hey, let's go Mets. Big George, how about that Alonso bomb the other day? How about Lindor's bomb against the Braves?
How about Lindor's walk out? Okay, I'm going to be completely honest and transparent, okay, about the Mets and the season. I did not watch 1 inning of baseball the entire season. Well, that's not true because at work we have a TV. So I did watch some of the game where they got in that doubleheader. I guess they were split and they won the first game. So I did watch some of that game. Last night I turned the game on. 8th inning. Down 2-0. I said, I got to watch this till the end.
Mm-hmm.
They don't score in the 8th. I'm like, I'm going to watch them go up in flames, go down in flames, however you want to say it. I'm watching this thing, and I know who Pete Alonso is, right? But I don't know really any of the other current Mets. And I'm watching this comeback, and I'm watching Lindor get that walk, and then the 3-run bomb, and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, they just took the lead. And then the other guy who got hit by the pitch and then stole a base, and then he scores and slams his helmet. And I understand that like he had a feud with Milwaukee, some players. The guy is like very feisty. And then they close it out. I couldn't believe it. You got to believe.
Yeah, it's a crazy year to be a Met fan. I mean, the beginning of the year was very rough. I remember watching going, oh, man, it's going to be
unbelievable.
Another bad year. But
you know what, JJ? Here's my view on that. I think they deserve it because they folded and they've they folded so many years, the last 5 years or so, right? Towards the end, they just stalled out and they just lost, I don't know, 10 games in a row at the end of the season. And you thought they were going to be in the playoffs and they just blew it every time.
Well, you know what really, this was very recent. It was the other day. What really got me going was when I forgot who the guy was on the other team, made like a really big play, like a catch, and he stuck his tongue out like at the Mets, like fucking with them. And then Nimmo gets up to bat, and Nimmo hits a fucking bomb, and he sticks his tongue out at them. It was the first time like they ever. Usually they always get abused. They never do anything back. So that was good to see for sure. That was awesome. So maybe they got something going this year. We'll see. But all right, let's catch up on some of these super chats here. Thank you, Big George. We do appreciate the support. Thank you, sir. We'll get you in today's race. Thank you, Trap Vision, for your upvote. Yeah, for sure. It is a storybook season. Okay, we got Racing R. Racing R says, hello, guys. Would just like to point out that the first wristwatch worn in space by an American astronaut was a Breitling cosmonaut with Scott Carpenter, May 24th, 1962. And here is the watch. Let's give Racing R some value for money. He sent a nice $10 super chat. He had a question about watches or a statement about watches, and let's get into it. So this is the cosmonaut, Scott Carpenter, limited edition from 1990. It's a remake of the 1962 watch that he wore. Oh, man, I totally screwed up my screen. I don't know what the hell I just did. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. But what do you guys think of this watch?
I'm not a fan of 24-hour. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the 24-hour vibe on it. Chronographs are busy as they are, and having it as a 24-hour, I will absolutely never be able to tell the time on this thing.
Right.
I mean, it's a beautiful looking watch. Someone has to explain to me how the heck a Navitimer works at some point.
I've never been a Navitimer guy. I don't like them. I don't know why. A lot of people like them, iconic look, whatever. Just something about them. I think it's the lack of any type of bezel. I like to have some type of bezel. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, there's other Breitling chronographs, honestly, that I'm a bigger fan of than the Navitimer. Just ones that have like a cleaner look, like the Transoceans.
Yeah, I mean, this watch, in 3 words, it's a hot mess, basically. I think that it shouldn't have gone to space. Or if it went to space, they should have just
left it there,
opened up the window if they could, and tossed it out there to float away. Not a fan of this watch. I don't know why. I guess, look, they wore whatever they had on and they went to space with it, but this doesn't seem to be something legible that would be useful in space. I don't know. The Speedy, the Omega Story is obviously they've done a lot better job, I guess, marketing it, and they did have the NASA, certification, and the rest is history. So this watch is in the dustbin of history, unfortunately.
That's it. It got the boot. Cap gave it the boot.
Good information, though. It's good to know that there was another U.S. another astronaut in the U.S. and the watch that they were wearing as the first, I guess, official space watch that nobody talks about.
So we got a $2 super chat from the Ghost of Yiddish Game. He says, get some upvotes going for a quasi unboxing. We need 50. I don't know how close we are, but let's get there. While we're doing that, thank you very much.
We'd be at 41.
All right, we're close, guys. We're close to an unboxing. We got Billy Jeans in the house. My man Billy Jeans says Fortis is currently worn in space. No one seems to care about Fortis aside from TGV. Yes, that is true. I like his the Fortis he wears. I actually messaged him because he was selling it at one point, and I was like, "Hey, I'm interested in buying it," and he never responded. I'm like, "Well, why would you tell people you're looking to sell it online and then they message you?" Like, I don't know. It's so odd.
I did not watch that ID guy video, and Big George. Shout out to Big George. I know he's been, I think, doing some traveling and everything else, having a good time. I like to look at the avatar. He's got the New York Mets. He may have always had that or had that for a while. I don't know, but big Mets fan. Likes the voice.
First inner outer leg. Oh no, that's foil. That was math, right? First inner outer.
First First out? No, it's
Out in the
FIFO
last.
is first in, first out.
I know that FAFO is fuck around and find out, but that's about as good as you're getting in terms of math.
If you know, you know, is IYKY. I don't even know. Yep.
Going off the rails.
I don't know, off the rails. But I did not see the ID guy video. I watched a bunch of other, you know, shows and YouTube channels talking about this FOIS.
We need a quick recovery, Cap. We need a quick recovery. You ready? Here we go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, yes, baby. Yes. Yes.
Now,
I want Gambino to weigh in on this because I think he, you know, he can slice and dice, you know, and
well,
you know,
I just
really
go
to town on this
before
topic.
we get into this. I like the way the Hodinkee article words it. Everybody else says Watches of Switzerland acquires Hodinkee, right? That's the title for every news outlet. But Hodinkee's post is Hodinkee joins forces with Watches of Switzerland. Yes. So I like the way it was cleverly worded, but I mean, wow, what an exit for Ben Clymer, right? I mean, after the blunder of Crown and Caliber,
he comes out, you know, smelling like a rose. Well, I guess maybe not, but personally, I think he's done very well for himself here.
Well,
yeah, this was a great pivot, I would say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of feelings about this whole thing.
Have at it, man. I can't wait to hear it. But getting back to the title, the joins forces. It's like, yes, we've created, you know, we're now in an alliance with Watches of Switzerland. You know, it's like, you know, we're
just like Rolex, right?
Yeah, we're gonna join forces, co-partner, yada yada yada. Great spin. I'm surprised that Was would allow it. That I guess it was his own spin on it, and maybe he has editorial control or creative control of the Hodinkee journalism piece, part of this.
We got Tariq joining us. Welcome, Tariq.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good. You're sounding a little robotic, but welcome to the show.
Oh yeah, I'm losing a little bit of service here. I might join you guys a little bit later. Just wanted to pop and say hi.
Oh yeah, well, thank you for joining. Yeah, you're welcome to stay.
What's up, Tariq? Before are you able to speak now?
Yeah. What's up?
I wanted to say, JJ, because we're going to start getting into the Hodinkee piece. I wanted to see if Tariq had wanted to add anything now about the Speedmaster release.
Oh.
I was hoping to see it in person today at the mall, but I didn't get a chance to. I love the blue gray dial, and I'm a huge fan of the. I have a CK2998 myself, and I put it on a flat link bracelet. So I have. I think this is a knockout for Omega. I'm just curious, how do they keep things like this under wraps for so long? Like they just drop these bombs on us. Like how do they keep the secrets? It's amazing to me.
Well, they keep it off the wrist.
Omega has, I think it's because Omega has 2,947 references in the catalog at any given moment, so it can get lost.
They just make sure Daniel Craig doesn't get hold of it. That's what they do, and then it stays secret.
Well, yeah, but I think it's a great reference. I might pick up the flat link bracelet. I want to try it on in person and see if it works with the CK2998. It's the same case shape and everything, so I think I might give it a shot.
And what's really cool, Tariq, is that your audio quality from space and from the actual shuttle is outstanding. So congrats on that.
Appreciate it. But yeah, have a great show, guys. Hopefully I get to join you guys in a little bit.
All right. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you in a little bit. We got Kelvin in the house. Good to see you, buddy. All right. Hit us, Yiddish. What do you got? Tell us about this. What are your thoughts?
So, Cap, and JJ, the comment in terms of the different spin that Hodinkee gets to put on it versus Watches of Switzerland and every business outlet is really interesting, because the way that it's described in all of the actual business press, because Watches of Switzerland is a publicly traded company, is Watches of Switzerland acquires Hodinkee, does not need to take out any financing, does not and pays cash. So basically, Hodinkee, which, you know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, with the acquisition of Crown and Caliber, which I have a whole ton of feelings about because I've done a lot of business with Crown and Caliber over the years. You know, they basically bought Hodinkee for the money they had in the couch cushions of the lounge at, you know, the Mayor's in Boca Raton. That's basically, from a financial standpoint, what it sounds like. But, you know, I don't really lay this, you know, the difficulties that Hodinkee has at Clymer's feet because, you know, Ben Clymer exited his ownership status of Hodinkee some years ago. When they took on all that financing, he was still a creative voice there. But you know, he was still the face of Hodinkee in a lot of different ways. But you know, he wasn't the owner. He wasn't the CEO. You know, he had editorial involvement, but you know, the people that came in, the financiers, really were running what Hodinkee was. And so, you know, all the difficulties that they had, you know, they bought a very large pre-owned watch dealer that had some real issues from the get-go in terms of how they were, you know, and when I say keeping their books, I don't mean cooking the books, but I mean just, you know, keeping their books and where they were getting their inventory from. You know, if you compared Crown and Caliber inventory to 1916 company inventory, for an example, or Watchfinder inventory. I mean, Watchfinder's a little bit different because they're owned by Richemont, and they prop up the secondary prices of the Richemont brands. They'll pay you a lot more for Richemont brands too at Watchfinder, by the way. If anybody needs to move a Cartier or a Vacheron or some other Richemont brand, Watchfinder is a good place for it because they'll pay you more because they charge more. But you know, they bought a company that really had just tons of watches with no boxes and no papers. My understanding is that Crown and Caliber at its peak, when it had tons of inventory, a lot of it had come from companies that were doing those rental luxury watches some years ago.
Oh.
And when those companies went out of business, Crown and Caliber acquired a ton of the inventory from it. So if you think about it, it's like, imagine that you're starting a massive pre-owned car dealership with all of the leftover Hertz rentals that people, you know, use and abuse and then just bring back. So I don't know whether or not, you know, to what extent Ben Clymer and any of the current management at Hodinkee had with the decision to make that huge acquisition, but it was a clear mistake. The timing was bad, and I think that the company they bought, you know, wasn't one that was great for the long term. I thought it was interesting in Clymer's article now that he's saying that he is back, in essence, in charge of.
Well, he is the CEO, isn't he?
No, he's the chief. I think he's like chief creative.
I think in his
editor now.
I think in his you know, his announcement, I think he said CEO. JJ, I think JJ is right. But CEO of what is the question, right? CEO of a subsidiary of a newly created sub, which now owns Hodinkee assets. I don't know. There's a lot of details. Obviously, they didn't disclose the terms, though. You know, Yiddish Gambino obviously, you know, says it's probably, if it was all cash. That's interesting. I didn't read that yet because I thought they might just issue some WAS stock as part of the purchase price and just, you know, add. It was all cash. Okay.
Yeah, the announcement was that it was I believe that it was a cash acquisition and that it would not have a material financial impact on Watches of Switzerland's liquidity, which basically is saying we bought it on the real cheap. So just as an FYI, in the article from Clymer, he comments that he is now back as president of Hodinkee.
President of Hodinkee.
That's not, okay. Yeah, so he is not the CEO. You know, that's an officer. You know, that is a corporate officer position. You can name anybody president. You know, you've got companies that have 5,000 vice presidents. It doesn't mean any of them have like true power over things.
It's a title. They report to the board, right?
Exactly.
President of janitorial.
Actually, the president might, and we don't
Report from
know,
the
but
CEO.
he might. Exactly. That's typically what you would see. But we're going to just full disclaimer. You know, this is somewhat just general knowledge and speculation.
And he doesn't comment.
We disavow any.
Hold on, we got a super chat here sitting up here. We have to put the disclaimer up. Hold on. This is why we get no super chats, because we never acknowledge them. Take a second. Hold on. Tariq, $5 super chat. Oh, and foil is first, outer, inner, last. Over and out from my space station. Thank you very much, Tariq. Appreciate that.
He's hanging out with Ari at the laser.
We love you, Tariq. If you super chat, we'll say, I'll say we love you. How about that?
Swinging, I've turned into a cartoon. This is not a filter. This is my true look.
Because he's got dirty laundry all over the mama's basement.
Mom's basement is a disaster.
So just so you know, I mean, Clymer comments in the article that he had stepped down as CEO of Hodinkee in 2020, which is when they took on all of that, all that financing, and the company went in a very different direction. And he sold out his ownership interest then. And
well, that I have to tell you,
he didn't have control.
I'll tell you right now, then, Yiddish Gambino, his timing is impeccable. Not only did he grow Hodinkee to what it was, and this was, I guess, pre-Crown and Caliber, he cashed out at probably the best time you possibly could when he took his chips off the table. And then the equity players, I think the private equity that came in was from LVMH, I believe, is one of them. And then there was like another group that I saw, and I can't recall the other group, but it was a well-known group that invested more equity capital. So the folks that really, got the pennies on the dollar, right? If they got anything as the owners, the equity owners, with those guys, with the private equity folks. And Ben's got to have a nice package.
Oh shit! GMT is gonna pop up any second now.
With watches of Switzerland in the deal.
Well, let's put it like this. So again,
no one's gonna clip that last part, right?
Yeah, of course not.
Of course not.
It's already been done.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, LVMH was one of the investors, and then they had raised about $40 million, and that's when Clymer cashed out with the $40 million influx of money. Which had Tom Brady, John Mayer, and a handful of others,
his buddies.
So, yep. So they're the ones that are stuck with the pennies on the dollar now with the sale. In my opinion.
And if you look at Ben's Instagram, which I follow, the last year he's played. Some of the nicest golf courses around the world that I can only dream of getting on.
Well, let's put it like this. Now that they're acquired by Watches of Switzerland, and Ben Clymer is the president of the editorial arm, that I'm sure will be writing a number of articles about brands that Watches of Switzerland carries. Not that I'm saying that it's going to be, completely biased reporting, but I have a feeling that you'll probably see some, Speak Marin articles in the near future, and some of the other boutique brands that WOS is an authorized dealer for as boutique brands. But I'm sure that he can get a steel Panda Daytona whenever he wants right now at retail.
Yeah. There will be ball washing.
yes, to go with his Le Mans that he already has.
Now, I want to show you guys something here. Right now, there's been a lot of everyone's talking about this today, right? The Ben Clymer and Hodinkee merger with the Watches of Switzerland acquisition, I should say. But has anyone spoken about this yet? LVMH scoring a sponsorship deal with Formula One and pushing Rolex out. I mean, think about that. I mean,
I think that they paid triple. I think they paid triple what Rolex was paying for the last their last sponsorship. I think it was like a $50 million sponsorship, and I heard something about LVMH putting in $150 million to take it.
Could be. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of Tag Heuers at the Formula One races. It's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, that's crazy. I guess they really they got some extra money to spend, but I didn't really see anyone talking about this, so I thought that was interesting. Oh, it's old news,
Well,
Thomas says.
Yeah, it is kind of, to some extent. They've been talking about this for a while, that this was the expectation. Rolex had been paying $50 million a year under its last deal, and I just saw that it's 150. They're rumored to have paid 150 million a year for a 10-year deal.
Okay.
So I could absolutely.
No wonder tags are getting so expensive.
That's right.
Oh,
a lot of Carreras are going to be shown at the at Formula One.
I don't know if we're done with the Hodinkee part.
Yeah, we go back to it, I guess, if you got any.
No, just because Thomas Burnett's comment, I wanted to address his comment.
This one?
Yep. So Thomas, we were speaking earlier about this. You're saying he wouldn't be surprised if he was required to roll most of his equity in Hodinkee into stock of Watches of Switzerland. Well, as Yiddish Gambino reported earlier, the likelihood is Ben had little to no equity in Hodinkee because he cashed out years ago, and the stock reportedly, the deal was a cash deal. We don't know that. I have to put the disclaimer out, Yiddish, or Nate for short, for our protection. But that's our answer.
Sweet. Are we ready to unbox? What do we think?
Well, it's not in a box. I mean, I can go find.
Unveil.
Actually, you know what? Well, you know what? No, hold on 1 second. It's going in a box before
You gotta have a cardboard box around there somewhere, right?
You gotta have 50 boxes lying around.
Yeah, not in this room, but you know what? It's a special watch, and it's going in a special box.
I think putting it in a special box.
Yeah, hold on 1 second here. So we're ready. So I know we hit 50. So all right, we're doing an official unboxing. I'm sure that the watch is right now screaming in terror, given what it's inside.
Oh, is that an Invicta or a box?
Ouch. That looks like
it is.
one.
In fact, it is an Invicta box, and I will not drop the watch this time. It's welcome to the Invicta family, and this is the adopted child from the Invicta family. It is a Breguet Marine 5827 flyback chronograph in beautiful rose gold.
I feel like you just unboxed this watch last week.
No, last week I unboxed a 5817 Breguet Marine 39 millimeter in rose gold. This one happened to get an opportunity to switch into the chronograph version, slightly larger watch at 42 mil. It's got a Lemania based chronograph, which is the same chronograph base movement from the Patek 5070. So, and some of the other Patek chronographs over time.
I almost said 5170.
Right. No. This, and again, I've really fallen down the Breguet hole.
Yeah, it's good. They make great watches, man. You could get some really good deals on Breguets right now.
Yeah, depreciation is your friend.
So that fits really well.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Lug to lug, it fits perfect.
Yep, it's a 53 millimeter lug to lug, 42 millimeter chronograph. The rubber strap is fantastic. I've never had a flyback chronograph before either. And what's neat is unlike most chronographs where you can't really figure out how many minutes have elapsed because you got to look at a little tiny subdial. This large hand here is your minutes. So it has a running minutes hand as well as a running seconds hand that goes around, and then it will advance just the hours down here. So you get your 12-hour chronograph time, but you can always see how many minutes have elapsed because there's a very large hand here. And this thing has an absolute ton of lume on it. So None of it's creamy.
What are the regular Breguet Marine rose gold like you had before? What do those usually go for nowadays?
You can get those.
40
You can get those in the low teens, sometimes even a little bit less. And these, mid-high teens. And again, these were last time they were at retail. This is the previous generation chronograph, previous generation Marine. I'm not a fan of the current generation Marine personally.
Right.
But these, I think, were somewhere in the 40s at retail. And you're getting them for close to 2/3 off. And again, it's got the buckle is just, again, it's a monstrous, solid rose gold buckle. You get even the keepers are made out of rose gold. No rubber keepers on this thing. And it's a piece of high horology for less than or around what you'd be paying at retail for your Speedmaster 321 or your Daytona. And it's 190 grams of rose gold on the rubber strap.
That's a hell of a watch. Big chunky piece of gold there.
Yeah,
hey, Brian,
and I love the you get that cold rolled coin edge.
Yeah.
Fixed by screws and bars, tons of lume, one of the greatest rotors that's ever been on a watch, as far as I'm concerned. And according to Tim Masso, will fit on a 16-centimeter wrist.
Oh, goodness. I got to say, I'm getting the itch for a new watch. I am getting the itch. I know I did get the Martin design, but, it just didn't really scratch my my itch.
Hey, that Martin design is those are hell of a watch.
I'm telling you, for $440, you can't go wrong. You really can't.
Yep. I get nothing, although I have communicated with Martin of Martin Designs and told him that I had commented about the watch on the stream. I paid full price for my watch, and I am not getting anything for free from them. If you like a regulator watch, and you like a really cool, textured dial, and you're looking for something that's sort of dressy, sort of sporty, for 400 and change, I don't know there's a better watch out there.
I think they're all sold out.
They've got he had emailed me to say that he's got another batch of each colors that is going to be coming out shortly. So if you go to Martin Design Watches or Google it, you'll be able to see what he has coming out.
I could have got the Blurple. Martin, if you're listening, come on, hook me up for the second one. I don't want to pay $440 again. Give you a nice plug. I'll send you a Watch Hangout hat.
Nate, can I ask a quick question about is there any significant water resistance on that watch?
Yes, it's got a screw down crown, 100-meter water resistance. It is a Marine, and it's intended to be I was going to ask that.
Yeah, because the Aquanaut and the Nautilus are also named, aptly named water watches, right? But they're 30 meters. So 100 is real.
Total misnomer about the 30 meters. I will defend Patek on this one. They did not change the water resistance on the Nautilus or the Aquanaut. They're just saying that all of their watches can be taken to a depth of 30 meters, swam to a depth of 30 meters, not 3 atmospheres of water pressure. Because you can get 3 atmospheres of water pressure just putting your hand in a sink and moving it back and forth. You're going to get the same pressure as, being down 30 meters. But they're saying all their watches are swimmable to 30 meters. So I encourage everybody to go snorkeling in their 5270 sometime over the next week or two.
Hi, Brian. Welcome to the show.
There's a whole lot of value in those Breguets right now. A whole lot of watch for that money.
We should do an exercise where we put together the biggest value collection, like, get like a diver or like a dress piece, like where all the values, try to get like different brands and make like a really interesting collection at at a value prop. Breguet's
Can
got
I
to be one of
interest
those
you? Yeah.
pieces.
Can I interest you in 5
hello.
Santos Dumonts?
Lot of Breguet, lot of JLC.
You can interest me in one of them.
So this is I took it off the leather strap. I have the gold deployant for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I got this Type 21 for 10.5.
I mean, it's insane. And I have been screaming probably since the first day I got on stream, the first time I came on stream a year ago, and for a while before that, about how precious metal watches were going to hold and we're going to go up in value even as the market continued to decline. I won't say that I told you also, but I told you also. It's the only part of the market that has actually overall increased as the world has started to burn and continues to burn in the watch market. Precious metal watches are the only area where there's been any increase overall. Not on the hype models, not on your Rolex subs and things like that, but overall, gold dress pieces or dressier pieces.
And that's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure, Nate. And I know that you follow, I don't know every day, but you follow a lot the motor pricing. I don't know if you saw that auction for the Meteorite Pepsi that they had, I think it was 2 days ago. And I was stunned because it had papers, no box. And I think it may have been Shia Link. Not sure. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it hammered, or however you want to say it, on Moto, but the last price who won the auction, it was, I couldn't believe this, 42.7.
Yep.
I don't know how that happened. It may have been a one-off, and I have no idea who the seller was, but that's
I'm
the fact.
I'm looking for it right now, actually, because I remember seeing it, and there were two. I don't know how many people in the chat are members of Moto Watch Group. Oh, super chat.
We got AD Never Calling. Good to see Patrick in the house. Haven't seen you in ages, my friend. We got $10. He says, "Hey Paul, hey Paul." I can't wait to see Kesselowitz at the Watch Time New York show. It's Patek time. Watch. What is it saying here? Water resistance talk in
hangout atmosphere.
The hangout atmosphere. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Format.
So Cap, yeah, I'm looking at that auction right now from 3 days ago. It was a 2020 Rolex GMT Master white gold meteorite, and at the top of the market, those were going for what, 70 something, 80 something?
Yeah, 80 something. I thought was the
and
peak.
it closed at 42.6. Again, it's the hype models that are just getting clobbered in precious metal, but everything else, not so much. Another one.
Wait, Meteorite Pepsi, you just said? That was Meteorite Pepsi?
Meteorite Pepsi.
Yeah, that was a 2020 with papers.
New card. Yep.
What are they going for on in Moda?
That is Moda.
That was the Moda auction.
Oh, 42? Yep. JJ is not blinking.
Yeah, 42.6.
42.6. And in all honesty, that was not the best deal in Moda this week. The best watch, and in all honesty, I am half upset that I was on a Zoom call at work and missed the hammer, because these people had their auction closing at 3 p.m. in the afternoon on a Wednesday, which, I'm sorry, what are you thinking? But half of me is very upset that I was on a Zoom. Half of me is very happy that I was on a Zoom, because I would have absolutely acquired this, which is my Grail watch, which is the code 1159 Aventurine perpetual calendar in rose gold.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can find one.
Yeah. One of the few codes that a lot of people will agree with that, with the aesthetics of that piece.
I'm putting it up in the, I'm just going to share my screen so people can see this, from our friends at WatchMax. So again, it is a gorgeous watch. And again, it's Audemars Piguet, it's rose gold, aventurine dial, perpetual calendar, moon phase. I mean, talk about a grand complication. That watch is $7,000 retail. It was just discontinued this year. That watch was a 2023. It sold for $44,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
So far, how much? Say it one more time. How much?
44.
holy crap. Note to self, do not close an auction at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, no shit.
Who would do that? You got to go for like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock.
That's my vibe. I don't know why anybody would think to do that, but yeah, I was
insane.
Absolutely floored. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now from 3 days ago, and the final the winning price on that, and I actually put a bid earlier. No, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It ended at 43,200, 43,200 for that watch.
When do we think the
watch market is dead? It is
when do we
face
think
down
it
in
hits
the pool
bottom?
like this.
Do you think it? No, but it's got more to go. It's not stopping.
Yep. Yeah. Again, the hype brands still have a ways to go. But there's tons of value out there, though. I mean, just absolute tons of value. If you like dress watches, you can find some amazing things out there on eBay. People don't know what they have.
They got 10% off right now on eBay.
That's right, up to $700 from 5 or 6 different dealers. I won't say that I have been scouring eBay as we've been on stream, but I have been scouring eBay.
I was looking for something good. That's why I brought it up.
Oh yeah, I found a lot of good stuff. We'll talk in the back room afterwards. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff out there from some great dealers. The other thing on eBay is,
all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this show up.
Yeah, the other thing to do is look for the Japanese dealers, because the Japanese dealers will do a 10% sale on their stuff, up to $1,500 from time to time. And as soon as one of the big Japanese dealers do it, they all go and do it. And there are some dealers that have 8,000-10,000 watches in their inventories. I think they may all be somehow like loosely affiliated, so it's like a collaboration. The prices are slightly different, but the pictures look remarkably the same. But the Japanese dealers, when they're running those 10% off sales, I got a 5524, what was for years my Grail watch, the Pilot Calatrava travel time, with the chocolate dial with those huge like Pilot style numerals. That's a $58,000 retail watch that frequently sells in the mid-high 30s. I did not pay mid-high 30s for mine. So there's so much good stuff out there right now and so much value. You just have to not think of everything as a Nautilus, a Royal Oak, or a Rolex.
I want a rose gold Patek Philippe. I don't know which
what
one.
kind.
I don't know.
Oh, you want Calatrava? Do you want more sporty? What are you thinking? I'll find you something tonight.
I don't want a plain Calatrava. I want like something like an annual calendar, like my 5205, or maybe something else a little more. I mean, it could be sporty. I'm open to it.
I have a watch for you. I don't know if you're going to want to spend that. But yeah, I do. Not this particular listing, but the photo here is this is one of, as far as I'm concerned, the best value annual calendars from Patek Philippe right now. And again, I'm not specifically spruiking this particular seller. It's the 5905R annual calendar chronograph.
Yeah, it's a really nice piece. Very similar to the 5205, same layout, but with a chronograph function.
Yep, and I believe that this is 42 mil. Yeah, so it's a beefier watch. It's not super thick. They sell at retail, I think, in the high 70s. But I've been seeing those pushing into the 50s right now. So if let's say that you were to have sold several of your more expensive watches and maybe have a significant amount of money that might be laying around to buy something amazing, yeah, with a little bit of looking, you can find the 5905R. If you're looking for annual calendar, grand complication, or complication from Patek.
5980, baby.
5980 AR is my personal favorite of the 5980s. The steel and rose gold with the blue dial. Although those you're pushing into the 90s.
You know what you get a good deal on? You could get a good deal on what is 5235, I think is the reference. What's the
yes,
the regulator annual calendar?
No, that's not the 5235. The 5235 Patek is the big, like, oh, you know what? No, you're right. The 5235 regulator, absolutely. I got one pulled up right now. And again, not for this price. Just
5712 was a $100,000 watch. I just don't. I can't spend $100,000 on a watch. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is a great annual calendar. I also happen to like this because you're not dealing with the usual 324 movement from the Patek. You've got the micro rotor.
Right.
A lot of the other ones, like we both had the 5205. I got rid of mine also shortly before you got rid of yours.
Well, I technically still have mine. I haven't sold it yet.
Okay, but yeah, the 52. I like the micro rotor on those rather than the 324 movements. But yeah, you can absolutely get these in like the low mid 30s if you look hard enough, and it's a great watch. You just have to decide that you're willing to spend that kind of money on a watch that nobody other than you is going to figure out how to tell the time on.
That's all right. It's just for me anyway. You know what's annoying? Chrono 24, you can't put it doesn't come in the order of low to high prices anymore. It's just scrambled now.
No, you can still search.
I'm trying to figure out the sort. The sort. Oh, here we go. They changed it. But yeah, but it used to start off that way. Now it starts off by relevance. Very annoying. Unless I did something different. But that's usually how you could see. Like if you type in a specific model, you see who's.
But yeah, the 52. Price. Yeah, you can still sort it by price. And again, the 5235 is a great regulator watch.
I'm also thinking of going Vacheron like Cap. I'm thinking of going Vacheron like Cap.
With
1921.
Join the club. Join.
Yeah.
How's it look on the wrist?
American.
Cap? You love it?
Join the American club. I think everyone on the panel right now is American. Join the club.
Yeah.
There we go. Right there. Beauty.
Big George wants to know if we have a coupon code. No, I paid full boat for mine, and I think Nate did too. I don't think there are coupons.
Still waiting for that black strap.
Yeah, I got my Martin design through the Kickstarter actually, but that's over, and you can get it from the website. He doesn't have any coupon codes at the moment, and in all honesty, given the price, I definitely think that you don't need a coupon code for what he's charging. And I really have to say, the straps are after you break them in for a day or two, they're really nice. Again, this is an expensive strap for this watch, in my opinion. And look, Cap's got some Chinese shitter he wants to show us. What is that?
Cap, I'll trade you a Christian Ward moon phase for that. What do you think?
Christian Ward moon phase.
Yeah. Eventually.
No, I kind of like this better. This is the Watch Time New York flex right here. Gotta have a little Ming, and I could wear it in the pocket and pull it out. You know, I'm not going to go double wristed. I'm not Mr. Wonderful. I'm not doing that. But I thought about putting this thing rather than sell it and get nothing. Right? Why not just put it like in a case and leave it on the desk or something? And if you get bored, I could just loom it up, because that looms that's a lot of loom right there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. What do you guys
I
think?
like that watch.
How bad are you going to get killed selling it?
I don't think
Well,
too
you see
bad.
that motor auction you guys were talking about? We were talking about before. Which one was that, Nate? That went for pennies on the dollar.
The 1159.
This is going to sell for less than Hodinkee. Let's put it that way.
Oof.
Come on, Cap. I'll give you a Christian Ward. Oh, look at this. We got Marco in the house. Hello, Marco.
Hey, Marco.
Show yourself, Marco.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link just in case. Marco
None of this
probably-
hate puppies bullshit. Just
Marco is
click
one
on
of my
the join button, okay? And let's talk
Yeah.
about this beauty that you Berdines, baby. Shout out to Berdines and Marco. White glove service. We have white glove cigars, and we have white glove service at Berdines from Marco.
I think that's a hint, JJ, for you to run the
Boy genius.
the ad for the sponsor again.
Oh, we could do that for sure. Let's give by the way, the link is just dropped in the chat. If you guys want awesome cigar deals, check it out. Steve has the Friday night special. Here he is to explain it to you.
It must be Friday. What's up, JJ? Hope everybody's good. Hope the captain is in the audience tonight and all the regulars, Duco, all the regular guys. This is Steve from Leaf Cigars of Bayville, aka WhiteGloveCigars.com. Today, Friday night, 9:45, 9:50 p.m. Watch Hangout. We have what you call here a brick and mortar exclusive, which means these cigars are not typically sold online by Arturo Fuente. They're for smoke shops and cigar shops. They don't sell these to the online companies, okay? So you're going to get 3 Fuente Rosados, which is a spicy risotto wrapper. It's got a black pepper spice, very rich, very nice, okay? In the middle, you're gonna get Fuente's Casa Cuba, which is another zesty, medium to full-bodied smoke. Very nice smoke. That cigar actually reminds me very much of a Cuban. Very, very, very tasty. And last but not least, you're going to get a Casa Cuba,
Casa Fuente,
which is an exclusive cigar made for the Little Caesars Casa Fuente shop in Las Vegas. They ship to retailers one time. I have a couple left, and I'm passing them along to you guys. It's a special cigar. Retail price on this pack is $119.99. It's yours for Watch Hangout. Coupon code will be listed, $99.99. So basically $100, guys. All right. Wristwatch check. Wearing a PAM 170, an old vintage piece. Hope everybody's good. Leaf Cigars of Bayville, White Glove Cigars. You guys have a great stream, and thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
And the cap is in the house. All right, there we go. Sorry, I had to play it twice. That was a good one tonight. I like when Steve does the videos explaining everything. And we got Big George with a $2 super chat. He says, I just got the Martin Tonaros dial blue strap. Which one is that? Is that the orange looking one? They didn't have many left when I went on, but they had the one I wanted. I was tossed up between the one Nate got, but I didn't want to get the same exact one. That would have been, whatever. But I like the one I got.
He got the orange one, that tangerine colored dial. That's really nice too.
Yeah, I like that one. I was looking at that one. I think all three would be good, but I have the that like salmon kind of dial on that Citizen watch. So my shitter collection is growing by the minute. All right, let's see here. Oh, we got it with the dark accents. There's two different ones. There's dark and light accents. It's a nice looking piece.
Yeah. Again, I got and it looks like he's got them all back in stock now.
Oh, they're all back in. Yeah, when I looked, there was only a couple left. I don't like that really wild one though. That one kind of is like weird.
And again, it's got surrounds around your seconds hand and your 24-hour hand. Blue hands, applied logo, applied name of it. Again, for $400, it's an interesting watch. I personally don't think it needs an open case back to show off a Miyota movement with a regulator module, but it's done pretty well. And again, $400. I'll take one of these for $400 any day of the week.
Yeah,
it's a fun watch.
It came fast too because it comes from Ireland. I got it in like 5 days, not even, maybe 3.
Yep.
We got It Will End in Tears in the house. Welcome. Thank you for watching. $10 super chat. Very generous. Thank you very much. It's, good evening. Good evening to you as well.
So I brought a non-high dollar.
Okay.
Would be interesting if I was going to Watch Time New York to wear it watch.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
So
What
I
do we
don't
got?
think I think I showed this on a smaller stream once before. But the reason I'm showing it now is I just got it back from service.
Okay.
I have a small collection of 3 Swiss movement Mickey Mouse watches that are not Gerald Genta. They're all from the 60s and 70s. And this was one that I was looking for because I'd heard they made it for about 2 years in a manual wind. It's a Hellbros model, and the movement in it is an unmarked, probably West German made 17 jewel manual wind, but it's a reverse dialed Goofy, and it runs in reverse.
That
on
becomes
a manual wind.
Does it run in reverse like on purpose because it's goofy? Is that like the...
Yeah, they did a run. So after they did this one for a couple of years, then they switched everything over to quartz. But this one, I'd been watching eBay for about 5 years for one, and this one I got in February for $300, and it was in decent condition. Just needed to be oiled and tightened up a little bit, and now it's timing to within about a minute a day. But that's a manual wind reverse driven Goofy.
Hey, Cartier made a Goofy backwards watch this year. They're trying to get $40,000 for it.
Yeah. So, and this one, if I saw a couple on eBay that were just beat to shit, but this one was in fairly clean and operable condition, so it just needed to be lubed and cleaned up. And it's a little 34 millimeter, so it's tiny compared to a Rolex.
Did someone say lubed? Hey boys. Where is... I wanted to show you a watch I was looking at. I was very tempted to buy this today, but I didn't. Hold on one second. Where's
I'm sorry, I don't understand the whole concept of you were tempted to buy something but didn't.
Yeah, well, you'll see why in a minute. It's this one of these Swatch watches. I was thinking about getting the black one, but then I said, you know what? What am I doing? I'm not wearing this.
Yes, what are you doing? You're never going to wear that.
No, never, ever. But yeah, it caught my eye for a second.
Yeah, that one. The other one kind of looks like the Studio Wonder Dog, the watermelon.
Yeah, right. Because
the colorway, I wouldn't get the black one though with that. I would, but the other ones are fun. I mean, if you're gonna wear it,
it'll be fun.
I'd get the Goofy. Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah, I'd get the Goofy. I think the Goofy's a big hit. I think Goofy, at watch time, no one would have that watch on. It's a story. It's got history. It's got provenance.
This is true. Brian, you're not coming to Watch Time? Is anyone coming to Watch Time in the chat? I'm curious to know. We got to get a Watch Time tally.
Has Watch Time been canceled?
Fuck no. There's going to be a lot of... Fred Savage is going to be there. I'm
glad to Fred. See yes, him. Fred. He's coming. He's doing a panel, I think, on Friday. Sunday.
Mikey, it is Keith Haring. That is the design. That actually is.
But you know what I want to do this year that I haven't done in the prior years is go to, I think it's, what do they call it? Watch Wind Up or something. The one, the Sunday show, which has at the different location, which has the other brands, kind of the Doxes and, kind of the lesser expensive brands. Okay, moving right along. No one gives a shit about that. Let's get to the next topic.
I know you had more. I was waiting to see where you go.
No. I mean, I just haven't been to that event on Sunday. It's also open to the public. So you know, you have the watch time thing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm certainly not going 3
I went
days.
to Buckley's show last year. That's why in New Jersey.
That's right, you did. But see, you hit 2 events though. That's good.
Yeah, and that was it.
And you saw the Buckley dial.
How does one sign up for Watch Time New York? You just Google Watch Time New York, and the event will pop up, and you can just buy a ticket. For
There it is.
Day. I think Friday sold out for a while. I know someone said they were going to like restock some tickets, but I don't think that ever happened.
No, you got to go gray market if you can do it.
Yeah, you got to buy it on the secondary.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going Friday night. Are you going Friday night? I know Hoff is going.
That's the plan. I don't know if I can. I have a ticket. Am I going?
Cab never lets anyone know where he's going to be at any time. He's like a phantom mystery.
You got to keep him guessing, JJ. I mean, you know, we have
Cap,
to.
what watch are you going to wear there? Tell us exactly. And what street are you going to walk down? What route are you going to take from your car to the, you know?
Hey, listen. The one good news is Hodinkee. The part of their company that was profitable, as far as I know, was the Hodinkee, you know, branded and part. I don't know what you call it, but license of their name to the Chubb and sales platform. Sales and marketing platform for Chubb Insurance, which I have. I use Hodinkee, Chubb.
Steve,
Wind up watch fair.
That's what about the dinner? Good question. We tried to get tickets. That didn't work. A bunch of people want to come. I don't know. There was all kinds of feuds between the watch channels. All the watch nerds were having watch battles. So I just kind of bowed out and bowed away from it. But I do have a reservation for 20 people. I can add some more. Basically, what I'm going to do is, and I told some other people this, if you want to come, bring $150. Come to the door, you pay, and I will pay the guy, and because that's what it costs for the plan. As long as we got 50 people, we get all the prime cuts, the salad bar, dessert, soft drinks, coffee, all that stuff. It's like $150. It was like 140 something. We're just giving them 150. We give a little extra tip towards the guys because the gratuity is included. So whatever, they'll make like $3 a head more. And that's it. I know other people are asking because last year they were doing credit cards. I'm not doing all that this year. Fuck that. If you want to come to the dinner, bring $150 in cash and pay the fucking dinner. Otherwise, see you later. I'm not getting aggravated. Like, people want me to do all this fucking work and they don't want to do absolutely nothing. They want to waltz in, eat, figure out how they're going to pay in the most convenient fashion for them. And dickhead JJ has to do all the work. It's like, it's not happening again this year. You want to come eat? I have the reservation. I could fit more people. Let me know at the place. Hand over $150 and you're welcome to sit down and eat dinner. If you don't, then you can't sit with us.
So JJ, that's cash at the door, right? Cash only.
Yeah, I'm not doing
door.
like last year with a fucking pain in the ass. Who wants to pay with their credit card? Who disappears?
Yep. There's always
I'm not fucking doing it this year.
There's always that one short, right? Then everyone we were kicking in. Oh, we need an extra 20. Who's got 10? You know, that kind of bullshit.
You need it from me. I only ate one piece of steak. Oh, me? I only had.
Right. I'm a light eater. I'm on Ozempic.
I don't want to hear the fucking bullshit this year.
I'm on a vegan diet, so I had vegetables. I don't, you know,
who doesn't like who? Who's not sitting next to who? It's like
one guy wanted to pay in One guy wanted to pay in stellar lumens and shit. He's like, "Oh, you got to set up a wallet and all this shit."
Crypto? I'm like, "Fuck no, I don't take crypto."
I made that up, but still,
it probably happened. Cap, it could have.
It probably did. I don't know. We had a cash machine, JJ.
You wanted me to pay? I'm an influencer. What?
I had like 10 drinks.
Did you eat the food? That's my question. Did you eat the food?
I'm counting money, which as a double count, you know, and I'm like pretty much hammered at this point because I was drinking a decent amount at the dinner and even at the event. Trying to count money, bleary-eyed.
It is all you can eat, Basils. That is correct. You can stuff your face with meats. This is what we did. And fried rice. Me and Dirk were fighting over the fried rice.
I think somebody smuggled food out of the restaurant.
It's very possible. You can. I don't care what you do. You can do the whole buffet. Just leave the money for the bill. When you
saw some backdoor deals going on. I don't know what was happening.
Is Archie going? No, Archie's not going. Archie wasted all his money to go to Singapore 3 times, so he can't fly there. But then he said he's not going because I wouldn't buy him a slice of pizza or something like that. I don't know what he's talking about. I paid for him last time. when he came.
So you're saying bring a big purse with you?
Yes.
We had a good time last year. It was fun. It was. Everyone was streaming. Keslow, Blondie, Cap, Gary. We had a great time. A lot of people bailed out because of all the the infighting that went on a couple of weeks back or whatever, a month and a half back. So like people were flying in from all over and they all canceled because everyone's a greedy dickhead and they get what they deserve. I don't really care, but I'm just calling it out. I think it'll be fun either way. It'll be fun to hang out with Cap and Hoff and Fred Savage on Friday night. And Saturday we'll walk around a little bit and we'll go eat. And that's it. It'll be fun.
It'll be a good time. But yeah, you're right. Last year there was a lot of different streams going on. Everybody was very, very friendly, and it was kind of kumbaya. And we're chanting people's names at the dinner. Nice private room. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll still be fun. And whoever's not coming, hopefully we got a couple guys back at the command center running a stream, and we'll just gonzo it from where we are. It'll be fun. I'll have a good time. I'm definitely. Someone said, "I will say Paul icing Timmy on the handshake was funny." What was that? I will say Paul icing Tim. I don't know. Say that again, Mikey? I don't know. I think I want to interview Tim this year. I'm going to go live and interview him. What do you think, Cap, when I see him there?
Are you going to do it, or are you going to have an AI do it?
It could be an AI. I don't know yet. We'll see. We shall see.
Last year was a hologram, so I don't know.
Come on, JJ.
I think he went.
I'm trying. I'm slow.
AI is out of fucking control.
Yeah. He went as Obi-Wan Kenobi last year. What was the question, JJ? Yes, I think you should interview Tim. I think that would be fascinating, man. Why not?
I would be curious if he actually responds. If he would be.
I think you should have multiple streams going on and interview each other at the same time, or maybe a debate.
Streamception. I don't want to debate. I want to walk around, look at watches, and go eat with my friends.
This year, I'm going to target. It's just too much. I don't know. The booths get really crowded. If you talk to Javier at Chapek, you better log in like an hour because you're not getting away from that guy too quickly.
Cap is still scarred. Do you remember this from last year?
It was a long comment. It was kind of like trying to say, yeah, okay, I got to move on. Beautiful watches, great guy, and everything else. But then you run out of time. So I hate that mad scramble to try to hit 20 booths in 10 minutes.
Did he tell you send money now?
Yeah, he gave me a card. He said, we can allocate you a piece. They had the ice blue. They had the whole lineup.
Wait, ice blue of which reference?
The Antarctique.
Oh, you mean the one that you can get for 40% off retail now?
Yeah, I passed, thankfully. I
That's
I dodged that bullet.
That's why you had an hour conversation, Nate.
Great watches, and now $15,000. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Back to the good old days.
Yeah, I mean, it kills me. Obviously, having been in Moda for 5+ years now, being one of the first lifetime members of the paid group. You could see who amongst the dealers were real dealers and who were the people that were, just the backpacks, just the hype models, selling subs for $200 profit and flipping them and, just continuing to churn it. And they're all gone now. And it's the real dealers who, thankfully are still around and are quality people. And the real collectors, a lot of the, what is it? Trash shows itself out kind of scenario. So I think it's good for the community and good for the market actually to have the cleansing right now.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind buying some cheap watches How long do you think they'll be cheap for? Quite a while?
Easy another year.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have another year of, everybody keeps saying, oh, the holiday season's it's gonna pick up. The prices will start increasing again. It's not. Volume is decent. Watches are changing hands. It's just not change. You have to buy it because you like it, because the likelihood of you getting more than what you paid for it is a rarity, unless you're specifically out there hunting for deals that you don't intend on keeping. Like for me, I've been making real good money on Piaget Altiplanos. Why that's happening right now, who the heck knows? But you have people that are selling them for just to get out of them, and they're $19,000 watches that some people are selling for $4,000 and $5,000 on eBay, and you can find buyers for $7,000-8,000 with very little effort. So unless you're really hunting for deals, just expect that you're going to lose a little bit of money, as things should be, frankly.
Right.
Especially if you're,
where else you get to use something and make money on it? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you could get out, if you could buy a piece,
I didn't get this to make money.
Buy a piece, enjoy it for as long as you want, a year, 2, 5, 10, whatever, forever. If you could sell it and, you're going to take a haircut on it, that's perfectly acceptable. And that's the way the market should run, because, this is not, hype train.
Right.
You're not buying a stock. You're not buying hopefully a profitable company like Apple or Nvidia, whatever. You're not buying a bond. You're not buying
Hodinkee.
Well, is buying or bought Hodinkee if it closed. I know they announced it. Did they say it closed? Because they said they acquired.
Yeah, I mean, they're a publicly traded company. I think they're not going to announce an acquisition until it's actually closed. Otherwise, it will have an impact on the stock, and that'll be problematic.
And speaking of which, if you look at WA's stock price over the last 5 years, and I think I shared it in one of the groups, it's not a pretty picture. It tracks basically what we've seen, in the watch market.
Dropping.
That doesn't help either. I mean, I found that entertaining, and I still do. But at some point,
Thank you.
Oh, his prices.
The music's got to stop.
Yeah, that guy's prices. He literally, if you actually listen to him, he's like, well, let me think of what price you should buy this at. They're literally numbers that are just getting pulled out of Kino's asshole.
Pretty much, and that's not good for anybody, really, because then you have these.
No, he's got no skin in the game, so he's willing to fuck it up for anyone,
I guess, yeah. I mean, he's got these unreasonable expectations. He's got a following of some, I don't know how significant it is, but it's a couple thousand people, I guess. I watch it.
And look, he's got a real collection. I mean, the guy actually has a real watch collection. So if he doesn't have unless he's just literally buying up tons and tons and tons of watches, as the market goes down, he doesn't have an interest in devaluing his own collection. I mean, he's right, but he's just making up numbers. I mean, the numbers he's coming out are being made up.
I'm giving a 3-minute warning, guys. If you want to get into tonight's race, you got 3 minutes to get in before we race. But right now, we're going to answer Thomas's question. Thomas Burnett, member for 14 months. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate the support. He says, what did you think of the Moser Pioneer retrograde seconds that was released? I was actually looking at this before and meaning to pull this up. Have you guys even seen this yet?
Yeah.
I have not.
I'm a huge Moser fan. I think they're gorgeous watches. There isn't a dog in their line in terms of just a beautiful watch. And honestly, this one is not offensively expensive for what you're getting.
I'm trying to see.
I mean, it's $22,000.
Is this the larger version or the smaller one?
Yeah, the retrograde seconds is a 42.5 by 14 thing.
Okay.
But I'm a huge fan of the Pioneer. I think that the cases are great. The
Okay.
movement on this is gorgeous. Their stuff is fantastic. And again, it's a completely vertically integrated company. I think that the only thing they don't make is the hairspring. And it might even be that they're paying that anymore.
Right. And we got a $2 super sticker from Basil's Bezels. Thank you, Basil's Bezels. And we got a $2 super chat from AB. He says last minute to get in the race. Donoff says he's full of shit. Don't pay more than $12.5 for a pet. Yeah, it's a lot of shock value. But yeah, Thomas, to answer your question, I do like this Moser quite a bit. I think it's really nice.
I think that people that are sleeping on Moser, not for investment value or anything else, but just for amazing watches. Anybody who's sleeping on Moser is really missing out. They can be gotten for very good prices on the secondary market right now, well below their retail, and they're just I don't know how to describe it. The dials are as beautiful as anything you've ever seen. If you like just pure simple watches, they're amazing. If you like complications, you can get a precious metal perpetual from Moser for $25,000.
I really like their perpetual moon, but now I got the Christian Ward, so I don't know if I could have two aventurine moon phases in that. No, actually, I would love to get that watch. But that watch, for some reason, I never find it getting cheap. I never find that one getting cheap. It's always it's pretty much been close to the same price it's always been, except for when it went up for a little bit of time. But before it went up that little bit, it's right back to where it was, and it's pretty much stayed right around there.
Yeah, mid-high 20s, right?
Yeah, and a little higher for the rose gold, of course, but it's a little bit. But I would get the rose gold. I think that's really cool. The steel one is nice. I don't know. There's something about that rose gold I just really like. And we got a $10 super chat from Shonuff for the race. Thank you, Shonuff. Appreciate the support. I like getting everybody involved here. All right, what do you say, fellas? Is it race time? I think it's race time. We have 14 entries. We got 35 seconds left. If anybody wants to get in, last minute, I'm going to start setting this up. Man, oh man, it's been a show. It has been a show. Let me get my screen up here.
Good discussion tonight.
Yeah, it was good. I want to get to the backstage discussion soon.
I'll sell you a watch.
All right, let's see here. We got 14 entries. Let's get them on the screen. Oh, what'd I do? Did I mess up? I messed up. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, I did. I did or I didn't?
Oh, we got a late entry, JJ.
Oh, always an Australian messing us up here, right?
Yeah.
We got Mr. GMT in the house. Hey, boys. We got $2 Aussie. Thank you, Mr. GMT. Appreciate that. We miss you, pal. Hope you're staying busy over there at work. What'd I do? I just cut off Shonuff here. Hold on. See, this is why we need Ali. One of the many reasons.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. GMT. Appreciate the support. That rounds us out to 15. And it's time to race. We're racing camels tonight, boys. We're going classic. Classic camels. 44 seconds on the clock. Let's set that. We'll load her up. All right. We're going to lower this music. We're going to shuffle once for good luck and to keep it honest. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. We got a bunch of camels running down the field. Who will win? Nobody knows. Let's see it happen. Who will win? Who will win, guys? I got to clear up all the last ones and get rid of them. Let's remove those. There we go. It's a new era. It's a new month. We got Ghost of Yiddish Gambino taking a commanding lead right now. A commanding lead. Will he hold it? Nobody knows. REG in second place. Here comes AB racing out, trailing off to the back next to Tariq. Shonuff and Thomas Burnett starting to fade. But here comes Shonuff with a second win. Mr. GMT running steady. Big George NYC up in the middle. Here comes Thomas Burnett. He's got the Jets on. And Thomas Burnett takes it.
Wow.
All right, Thomas. Very good. You are in the monthly for next month, for this month, October. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that. Damn. It's been a hell of a show, guys. Hell of a show. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight. Don't forget, check out our sponsors, Marco over at Berdeen's, and of course, our friend Steve over at Leaf Cigars. Again, I will drop his link. Make sure you go check out his website. He's got some awesome stuff lined up for you guys tonight. The Friday pack is in effect. Let's pull it up here one more time before we go.
Pull it up, JJ.
Pull it up if you guys want to smoke them, if you got them. Everybody who's got his packs so far loves them. You don't even need a humidor. It's all self-contained. Steve does it right for the guys. We appreciate it. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Cap. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Hope you guys had a great time hanging with us on this Friday night. We will be back in 2 days for Sunday Fun Day, our usual. And until then, don't forget, wear your watches. Peace.
Hey guys, look what I can do! I know it's all fun, but I just can't take the names. Hey Archie, I'm leaving you tomorrow. I'm kinda getting tired of all the names like from Jimmy calling me. So I'm saying, check out, motherfuckers. Mike the Snake, I'm leaving.